What's happening, Crypto Farm? Happy Monday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. This morning, we're talking about frozen wallets. People freezing wallets, denying access. First off, I'm surprised so many people are surprised. Like, when you come into this space, when you get into crypto and you first start learning about it and you start learning about how it's better than bankers, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, start learning things like, or hearing phrases like, oh, it's a lot safer. You can manage bad actors better. If you notice a bad actor, the networking community can just ignore them. Or the worst case scenario, block them, kick them off the network. Loads of terminology was around it, but at the end of the day, we was like, look, if we find bad actors, human traffickers, whoever it is, we can cut the funds to them people if the community agrees. If the community agrees. Beyond the community agreeing, who actually gets to decide who's the bad actor? Granted, criminal law, when they've broken a fucking law, I don't think anyone's got an argument there. But sometimes you're in court. It's innocent till proven guilty, and some motherfucker who's out on bail has had assets frozen. Not necessarily right. Who should be deciding? Who makes them decisions? The community. So recently, we've had news of Coinbase and other people and other things cutting off Canadian truckers' funds. How true it was, I don't know. Right? I don't know. I didn't really look into that bit. There's Ethereum wallet Metamask has come out and apologised for accidentally blocking users in Venezuela. A lot of uproar about that at the back end of last week, 2 days ago. Metamask, right? The Ethereum wallet of blockchain technology firm Consensus has apologized after some of its users in Venezuela were accidentally blocked from accessing the digital wallet on Thursday. So what happened? MetaMask took to Twitter to apologize to its users in Venezuela after the issue was widely reported on social media. MetaMask said the incident occurred due to a change in configuration by Ethereum node Infura, the infrastructure service owned by Consensus, following new sanctions directives from the United States and other jurisdictions. Infura admitted it mistakenly configured the setting more broadly than required, apologizing for the interruption in inadvertently impacted regions. Okay. So I don't know whether you caught that, but they did fucking mean to do it. They just didn't mean to do it to as many people as they did. Was it a fucking test that was supposed to go under the rug? Was it an actual mistake where they did too many people and more people than they was actually supposed to? At the end of the day, that's just wrong, in my opinion. I don't believe any. Careful, you gotta watch what you say when you bang reacting to it in the moment, especially when people can fucking record, like, screenshot it and be like, oh, you said this and it looked like out of context shit. I don't know who should be in charge. Like, court orders are a different thing. We can fucking debate that until the fucking cows come home, mate. If someone has a court order on you, then you would expect to have to abide by it. But again, gives the fucking judge a right. One person, one man or woman gets to choose if someone's money gets frozen. No one person should have that fucking choice and should be able to make that decision. No one person. Metamask tweeted, Metamask is a client-side wallet that strives to make the blockchain maximally accessible to everyone. Infura had misconfiguration this morning, but has been corrected now. In response to the concerns we have been hearing, we want everyone to know that we corrected the problem so that many of you pointed out. In changing some configurations as a result, the new sanctions directives from the US, from the United States and other jurisdictions. Fuck's sake. So Metamask has tweeted again on that, on the top of that Metamask relies on Infura as their default endpoint. But this setting can be modified by users if desired, or in case of any service interruptions. We sincerely apologise for the interruptions to those who inadvertently impacted regions. Now, there is a link in the description how to add a custom network RPC. So you add the Songbirds, the Canary networks and whatnot to your MetaMask. If you was to set up your own Ethereum node, done. Infura node will no longer, your wallet will no longer be going through Infura validation. We're going through yours. Now, this ain't gonna be cheap for everyone to set up a full fucking validator node and gateway and shit on every single blockchain that they hold a currency on. Not gonna be cheap. If you do recall, I said back in the day that you really want to be having your own server, build your own PC with with the nodes on it, the validator nodes, the gateways. We've spoken about the XRPL node and the type of machine you want for that. I haven't built one yet. We'll be looking to build one in the future, 100%. But if you do want full control over your funds, we said it the other week, not your key, not your crypto, not your node, not your validation, they can shut you off. So, the problem apparently has since been rectified. And why it matters, the incident highlights the difficulties in running decentralized service on centralized entities. Infura is a US-based company that is subject to federal law, while Metamask aims to decentralize control over personal data and increase user privacy. The incident comes in the aftermath of new sanctions imposed by the US and other Western nations on Russia following its invasion of Ukraine. Ukraine had requested major cryptocurrency exchanges for a complete ban on their Russian users following the country's invasion by Russia. But the request was rejected by companies such as Binance and Kraken. Coinbase also took a similar stance on Friday. Coinbase want court orders and then they'll shut it off straight away. So if you're in court and the court tells Coinbase, if the court finds out you got a Coinbase wallet and they give them an order to freeze your fucking wallet, it's done. Coinbase will do it in a heartbeat, they've said. Links in the description. I'll read it in a minute. Build your own nodes if you want full control. And understand the fucking space. They can be switched off. They can be blocked. You can be blocked. If you don't control the full point A out towards point B, you can be blocked. Someone at a fucking gate somewhere can just shut the gate and be like, nah, bruh. Sorry, mate. Build your own path with your own fucking gate. Yeah, we don't really want that one. We want how to... Freezing crypto assets, say. Not, let me just get this Coinbase one up. Coinbase. Blah. Shoo. Closing a Coinbase account, preventing access to funds in extremely rare circumstances and only where required by law. Coinbase may, doesn't say will, says Coinbase may block or freeze customer funds on our platform. Excuse me. We will take this action only when we are required to comply with an order from a court or other authority that has jurisdiction over Coinbase, which compels us to restrict access to funds. 2, we are required by law to freeze or block assets in compliance with sanctions. including but not limited to sanction programs administered by the US Office of Foreign Asset Control. Interesting. No. Oh, that nearly went down the wrong road. Note that some Coinbase products, such as the multi-sig vault and paper wallet, do not allow Coinbase to control digital currency private keys, and therefore Coinbase cannot prevent access to digital currency stored within these products. That's extremely interesting. That is extremely interesting. I want to say that again, that note that some Coinbase products, such as the multi-sig vault and paper wallet, do not allow Coinbase to control digital currency private keys, and therefore Coinbase cannot prevent access to digital currency stored within these products. Interesting. Access. Does access mean you can move it? Definitely. It's an interesting one. And people are a little worried, maybe rightly so. And again, it's about having your own infrastructure. So there's a I mean, Jenny Leung, sorry, I just fucking butchered that second name, sorry. Jenny Leung, from 2018, February, man. 4 fucking years ago. 4 years ago, this fucking article I'm about to start reading here now. It's in the description, mate. An interesting question is whether it's possible for the courts to force crypto custodians, digital vaults, digital wallet service providers to comply with orders to freeze assets, or whether it's possible to draft an order that effectively allows for the freezing of crypto assets. Unlike a bank or traditional financial custodian, crypto custodians typically hold the private keys, a set of string numbers and letters that allows anyone with the knowledge to control it or transfer the crypto assets, and do not hold or record legal ownership of crypto assets. Beyond the problem of defining the asset subject to court order, there's the problem of actual enforcement. Courts could order crypto custodians not to allow for defendants' crypto assets to be transferred. However, that may be pointless if the defendant also holds the private keys and is willing to accept the legal consequences of effectuating a post-freeze transfer. 3 possible but not mutually exclusive solutions are: 1. The defendant also held the private key. Crypto custodians could be directed to transfer the crypto assets out of the wallet and into the court-controlled wallet. Crypto custodians could also this is number 2, sorry. 2. Crypto custodians could also facilitate multi-sig storage and give one of the keys to the courts, thereby preventing any transfer without the court's consent. Multi-sig means it needs a multi-signature. It needs 1 or 2 signatures or 1 or 2 private keys access. It needs 2 keys, like the fucking nuke bomb. 2 men doing the keys at the same time. Yeah, it's multi-signing, multi-sig, multi-key. Yeah. 3. Perhaps going forward, certain crypto custodians could be required to establish exclusive ownership of the private keys and thus exclusive control of the crypto assets. Not only as an added security measure, because the risk of crypto theft increases with the number of people holding the private key, but to allow for compliance with court orders. Given that many crypto assets such as Bitcoin were created to be censorship resistant, a government-controlled crypto custodian would introduce another centralized third-party intermediary into the ecosystem and may seem unattractive to most unless you manage an investment fund and need to comply with the SEC regs. There is nothing stopping the defendants from memorizing their private key or managing the storage of their crypto assets using cold storage hardware wallets. However, as the value of crypto assets and the risk of loss rises, example, a UK crypto trader was robbed of his Bitcoin at gunpoint and a Canadian crypto exchange was hit by armed robbers. Had to kick a bit of FUD in there, didn't they? Kick a bit of FUD in there. You scared now? You scared now? Hey, fucking, did that work? Fuck you. There could also be an increase in demand for secure custodian services, even at the price of those services operating subject to the reach of courts regulators. Another question is, how do you define legal ownership of Bitcoin? It is generally accepted that possession of private keys equals ownership of the Bitcoin. But how do we reconcile concepts of property law with the fact that ownership of Bitcoin is such a fragile and subjective concept? If you steal someone's private keys and they can't prove you've stole them, are they now yours? It's fucked. It's fucked. Either way, to be able to move your money. So XRP, for example, if you're using Zoom, chances are you are using XRPL Labs rippled server and the gateway. If they receive a court order to block your address, which they know is your address because they've tracked you through the transactions of said address, doing criminal activity, they then ask Zoom to get the validator to just stop validating your transactions. If you then haven't got another gateway you can call to with your fucking XRP wallet, I'm moving your XRP. You can argue it's the same with any node, any blockchain. To guarantee you can move money and not one fucking entity can stop you, you're going to need bigger infrastructure than you think. Because you're going to need a decent PC, you're going to need a server, you're going to need to build the validator node and the rippled server and the fucking gateway or whatever blockchain you're going on. You have to build all that on it. And then you need a constant internet connection. Or you need an internet connection to put the transfer through. Transaction. I mean, we can debate about off-chain transactions all fucking day, but if I'm hidden somewhere hiding my value from the fucking system and they're trying to freeze it, and they realise that I'm sending money still through a certain network, Virgin 023 EE, doesn't matter, but I'm using their internet. Boom, signal gone. Then try an off-chain transaction, but if your signal don't come back, unless you've done the full fucking thing yourself, from internet service provider to your fucking fibre to your fucking power, they cut the fucking power at your premises if they fucking have to. There'll always be a fucking way for someone to turn something off when there's only a few people in charge of doing it. And again, when it comes to being community driven and community run, who the fuck decides a major shit? Who's got the right to say that guy there is not having any of his money? It's like, what do you mean he's not having any of his money? Well, he's been raping kids and fucking selling them. Oh shit, yeah, fucking hell. Has he definitely been doing that though? Has he definitely been doing that? And then that's on the back of an investigation. Just because they've blocked your wallet, they might not even know it's your wallet. They might track criminal activity back to a wallet and then be like to the validators, listen, freeze that fucking wallet and we need to try and find out whose it is. They might freeze it without even knowing whose it is, just because they know it's involved in criminal activity. And on the other hand, they might freeze it. June said something the other day. Don't wish for something to happen to someone else if you don't want it to happen to yourself. And it's not a bad statement to make, and it reminds me of everyone online when you see someone commits a crime and everyone's like, oh, fucking kill him, fucking string them up and fucking kill him. You're like, bro, would you be saying that if it was your nephew? Would you be saying that if it was you? Ah, fucking kill me, I'm a cunt. What? Kill him? Maybe. If Listen, I say fucking hang the politicians all the fucking time. And yeah, I would expect to be hung if I'd done shit Tony Blair had fucking done. Yeah. Yeah. But come on, man. Treat others how you'd like to be treated. Punish others how you'd like to be punished yourself. Yeah? You ain't ready to accept that punishment if you did it, then don't instill that punishment on someone else. Anyway, waffling now. They'll freeze the record. They'll always find a way to freeze the fucking money unless you find a way to run the whole thing yourself. So think about that. We said it years ago. I said set up your own servers, set up your own nodes, blah, blah, blah. I fucking spoke about that years ago. So there's not much more we can say on it. We all knew that you can find bad actors and ignore them, block them, blah, blah, blah. And now everyone seems fucking surprised. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyhow, on that note, you know the dance. Invest in yourself, invest in the internet of value, live long and hodl it all, never let it go. Get it staked, get it baked. Look after the pot till the pot looks after you. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.